Okay. At what point did you and Jim first discuss the idea of your playing Renal in The Way of Water and the subsequent Avatar sequels?
So Jim first mentioned the possibility to me quite a long time ago. It was either 2014 or 2015. We had to attend an event together, and the night before we spoke on the phone, and we chat, and at the end he said, and at some point we have to get you big and blue. And I thought, God, that sounds great. So he sort of planted the seed then. And in 2017, at the end of 2017, was when he did actually call and say, I really seriously do want to talk to you about playing this part of Renal. And he told me about her, and then I was sent the script. And of course, didn't hesitate to be a part of it. I was very excited.
How did he initially describe the character, and what most intrigued you about this role?
He described her as the female warrior goddess leader of the Metkayina clan. And he said that she was ferociously protective of her family, that she would stop at nothing to take care of them. And I was immediately sucked in. It sounded amazing to me.
And what can you tell us, I'm probably going to say this wrong, about the Metkayina clan? Renal's role within the clan itself. Who are they? How are they different? And what's important about their culture?
The Metkayina are a slightly different physical form of Nterview. They live on and in the water. They respect the water. They also live with nature. So life underwater, the animals are also part of their family and their culture. Physically, they are taller. They're a slightly paler shade of blue. They have a sort of an extra piece on their forearm, which almost resembles a fin for power in the water. Their tail is thicker for thrashing through the water at speed. Renal is the female leader alongside Tonawari, her husband, but really it is Renal who makes the decisions, calls the shots, which is fantastic.
How would you characterise Renal's attitudes towards the Scully family initially, and how does her perspective then evolve over time?
So Renal really does see Jake and Neytiri and their children as intruders. Physically, she frowns on them. She thinks that they look physically incapable of survival within their culture. She doesn't believe that they will be able to adapt to the Metkayina way of life, and she's extremely resistant to welcoming them in. But it's not because she isn't kind-hearted or compassionate. It's because she is afraid of threat, and she's afraid of change. And what she has done to establish her village, her people, her family, her clan, that's her own doing. It's her life's work. It's the reason for everything that she is. And so, yes, initially she sees them as a huge threat.
How did you go about preparing for the role? Were you able to see an early concept art of what she would look like?
So yes, I saw a lot of early concept art, which was enormously helpful to get an idea of her physical self. She's also pregnant, the character. So to see what that would look like and physically how that would change how I moved as a Nterview. Obviously, I've been a pregnant woman 3 times, so I know exactly what that's like. But the Nterview people are... they are very, very, very strong physically and extraordinarily agile. Kate Winslet is not so agile. So to see that artwork was enormously helpful because it meant I just had a guide in terms of how to hold myself and how to position my shoulders, my head, my hips, my legs. And I was really excited to see how I would truly morph into that character. And I still haven't seen the film, so I'm enormously excited to see how it's come together.
Were you excited by the opportunity to learn to dive, and did it come naturally for you?
I was really excited to learn how to free dive. It's something that I have always been fascinated by and wanted to do, but could never imagine how it would be possible for me. How on earth does a person learn that? I wouldn't have had a clue how to begin. I loved it. I was trained. I spent 3 weeks really intensely working every single day with Kurt Krock, who was our instructor. And it did come quite naturally to me. I'm comfortable in the water. I love the water. And I felt very at ease with it. I was never afraid of it. And yeah, eventually I got to a point where I was just determined to be very, very good at it. And which I was, which was completely amazing.
What did you make of the performance capture stage, and how did it feel to be directed by Jim again after so many years?
The performance capture stage is fascinating. I mean, in many ways, it's extremely simple. It almost feels like acting in some kind of a sports hall or something. It's a huge flat area with lots of taped out marks on the floor that denote rooms and doorways and spaces and where the building stops and the sea begins, the water begins. So it's lots and lots of fakery and make-believe. But it means that as actors, actually, you have to concentrate a lot because the cameras capture everything. The helmet cam picks up every single one of your facial features, your muscles. Every tiny, tiny movement is seen and utilised. So actually, it's a very pure form of acting, I found. You can't hide behind anything. And working with Jim again was just fantastic. I mean, the guy's a complete genius, and this is very much his baby. And it's just remarkable. How does he do it? It was wonderful to be a part of it.